going out for dinner. That's strange. Not been out for dinner for a long, long time. I've even had a shower. There's a small boat. A quick walk through Braunston Marina. Quite a big marina actually, it goes on forever. There's about 150 boats in it. Smaller boat pontoons, bigger boat pontoons. With a bit of a tug on the front. This fella's got his own bit of a garden. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you very much for Mark and Wendy, because we had, I mean, Wendy was a chef, so it was none of this Feed Me Friday rubbish. It was proper nice homemade chilli. And we had some... the word you're looking for, Chris, is cheesecake. Sweet as well, pudding. And lots of tea. And a couple of beers. So I just want to say thank you very much. Great having a chat with you both. Hope you enjoy your time on the boat, because they've only just bought a boat. They have only just, and they were moving in. I'm going to Braunston Marina this morning. Got here yesterday, found a parking spot that says 2 days max. A lot of 2-day moorings around here, and I need to stay close to the marina. Don't know how I'm going to manage it yet. I will, of course. I don't know. And just down there under the bridge is a boat called the Naughty Lass. Window cleaning day. There's a pretty bird, look, well camouflaged in the dirt. And then a subscriber called Jay took me bowling. How nice is that? See that ball there? It's the only one of the 4 that I threw down the park that was any good. Looks like I'm on the hockey again. That's not bad, that's twice on the trot. I gave it a good length. What surprises me is 1, there's lots of people here, and 2, there's lots of young people here, and what I mean by that is school age. So filming's been limited. I'm crap. There's another thing. It does appear that this church has long since been forgotten. I'm out for a night walk, see what's knocking about. I want to go up to that church thing, see what that's like at night. I'm full of bravado, it's going to be fine. I wonder. Anyway, night walk. You're coming with me. I suppose you can switch off if you're a bit scared, but you know, it'll be okay. Don't worry about it. I'll look after you. Electric cars, great idea. However, if we were to go all electric, I mean, this car can fit in the side of the house. What happens to those streets where you've got cars outside on the street? How do they recharge their batteries? I don't know. I don't know if this concept of electricity in cars is going to work. I think there's a massive infrastructure that needs to happen, and certainly on boats as well. Although I have to say, in my one of my earlier vlogs where I said continuous cruisers won't work on an electric boat, I'm wrong, because for some I've seen it happen. But I still think it's a challenge, and it's going to be a challenge for people in those small streets where lots of houses, and you don't necessarily get the option of parking outside your house. So whose electricity do you use? Don't know. Challenges. All the sheep are in here. Why have they all accumulated in the church? If this isn't spooky, I don't know what isn't. I don't know if you can see them. And they're all looking at me, look. See their eyes. Look at them. In and out the grave stones they are, look. I mean, this is still a consecrated church, so it should be nice and godly. I mean, a normal church has got people singing. They sing songs and things. I think they call them hymns. At the front that tells a story or two about what life should be like and relates it to God and what Jesus did and all that sort of stuff. Let's give it a go. Oh. Oh. Why is it open? But this young lady here probably died during childbirth at 24 years old and then lost the child. Sad. Let's get that way. I think we take for granted our medical services and how few people die during childbirth. It must have been in 1826 a completely different story. Life was hard then. I mean, it's very well kept, to be honest. It's still very eerie though. Very eerie. Look at them rafters up there, look. I bet that oak's been there a while. Those supporting beams. Old school chairs, look. I suspect this is where you do a christening. Put some holy water in there and... There's signs of life though, because it's well looked up. Oh look, there's a ding over the bell. I'm not going to give it a go because that's a bit disrespectful. There's a house 50 metres away. Look at that stuff up there. Sacred to the memory of the late John Clark with an E, who died in 1793 at the laughed day when the juft dead arif and angels waft them to the softly skies with all the hoffs, Old English. And I'll make myself as if I can't read, but it's difficult to read Old England. Who is that? Up there, look. More people. 1522. Oh, I don't know, it's just strange. I don't like it in here now. I'm sure it's, like I said, it's still consecrated, but it's nice to visit new places that are old, and it's deathly quiet in here. But I don't feel as if there's anything cold from... I'm going to go. I am. Nice place to visit. I'm glad I've done it. I wish it was open during the daytime. Maybe it was, and I didn't turn the door hard enough. Reminds me of the time that I went to stay at the Salt Tower in the Tower of London. And I stayed there overnight. It was eerie. And this is a different eerie because there's lots of dead people around, but not necessarily in the church. Well, I don't suppose there's people in the church, but the Salt Tower was when people were murdered and tortured and hung, drawn and quartered and whipped and within inch of their life. Had a proper feel to it. Very dark, very cold. AJ Canopies is a family-run business and it's going into its third generation of family. Father and son team you'll see here. Son getting an apprenticeship, learning all he knows from his dad. Must be quite nice to do that. Keep up the traditional family values and the culture that's built up a great company. And then they are, measure in, measure once, measure twice, measure 3 times, get it right. There we go. And another one. And then here they are measuring for the canopy using technology. Don't really know, to be honest. But if technology fails, it's important to know how we used to do it around here. I like that. Understanding the history of your organisation, that helps you really learn and have a deep understanding of canopies. My job? Well, reverse into Braunston Marina and park up outside the shop. Did a pretty good job actually, although I say it myself. Looks easy, doesn't it? Well, it is with a bow thruster, to be honest. That's the last time I'm going to see my boat like that. Lady on the sewing machine. And great colours, great service, great canopy. Thoroughly recommend. And it's so easy to take down and put up. So easy. I mean, that's real time. Job done. There we go. Oh, that's easy, wasn't it? It's a bit windy outside. And it's a bit rainy. I am very pleased with this with what I know as a hood. It's been a well worth investment, being able to stand up here and just use this as a boot room, use this as a drying room when I do some washing. Everything about it is just a great bit of kit. Let's discuss. I wanted to ensure when I had this boat built that I wanted to understand the reasons why I wanted stuff. Partly because, well, I didn't have a bottomless pit of money, and there's things that you choose to have at the time of build and things that you probably shy away from because you don't know if you've got enough money. And it was, for me, it was the latter. Also, I didn't think I would need a pram hood or a cratch cover. But then if I did need it, I wanted to understand why I needed it. And what that does, having the pram hood, it covers the engine bay and covers the two little lockers on the side, you know, where you sit down. One's a gas locker and one's just got stuff in. Those three items, engine, two lockers, was sufficient to think to myself, well, I need some form of shelter over it. And I did have a shelter sheet, which worked really well, but on the high winds, was it noisy. Ooh, and it was a faff factor getting it set up. But it did me proud, to be honest, that shelter sheet. That space now, I can hang washing up, and I can put my boots on out there. I can sit out in the sun, in the rain, on a windy day. And you know, in the British summer where the sun goes down and the kind of the heat is gone, I can sit out without getting cold. A well worth investment. So why didn't I get a cratch? Well, I like to do the same thing in the cratch, or the well deck, but I also like to stand up. And if I had a cratch cover, I'd be stooping down all the time. Also, my coal is in the bow locker, and that would be extremely hard for me to get coal out as the boat narrows. Who's that texting me? As the boat narrows, I'll probably fall in. I don't want to fall in the winter, and it's the winter time that I generally need the coal, so that's the reason why I haven't got a cratch. Now, I've discussed at some length on a video, I don't think I've published it yet, about marina life versus continuous cruisers versus all that sort of stuff. When I eventually go into a marina, I don't know when, but it will happen. You know, I'm not going to stay young forever. I know, I look it, I get it. But I'm not going to stay young forever, and circumstances may well change, and I might want to go into a marina, in which case I will probably get a cratch. But for now, pram, built by AJ Canopies, well worth the money. That's the end of this little vlog. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing and all that great stuff. And if you haven't subscribed, give it a go, because I do stuff. Next week, don't know. I literally don't know. I've got a few things in the pipeline and a lot of time on the editing thing. And I'm making my way down south for personal reasons. Until next time, ciao. Bye-bye.